Okay, so today I'm going to be drilling mosquito bites, holes into all these planter pots. I bought these 14-inch planter pots for my patio container garden, and they did not come with holes in them, so I have to just use my Crackman's drill on high speed with I believe this is a 1/4-inch drill bit, and I'm just going to drill 3 holes in each of I believe there are 17 containers. I've actually already done a couple of them, and this is basically what it's going to look like. There's going to be 3 holes in there so the water can drain. So basically just find a flat surface. Doesn't have to be a floor, it could be a table, whatever is comfortable. Put a little pressure on it and drill. Up. Don't know what happened there, but anyway. Sure what. This doesn't take a lot of time, so if you have a drill and you do find some pots that don't have holes in them, they're actually a little bit cheaper if you buy them without the holes, because you spend a few minutes and you drill the holes yourself, and that way you can also drill the holes as big or as small as you need in the location that you want to have them in. So I just drill 3 small holes. You don't need it bigger than that. This one has a space for 4 holes, but like I said, I'm only drilling 3. That is adequate draining. I don't want the soil falling all over the place. And it was the same piece with these ones. I already drilled holes in these ones, but they also did not come with holes pre-drilled. So I'll drill another hole there. When that's done, then this is easy. A little bit of pressure so it doesn't move. Done. I actually went to Lowe's and bought some soil by the bag. However, I actually need to go back to maybe a nursery to get more to buy soil by the bulk, because after planting my mosquito plants in the 14-liter buckets with I think 1 cubic foot of soil, I realized that it's not going to be enough for the projects I want to do. And it's also not cost effective for me to buy the bags of soil versus getting them to kind of dump a whole pile of soil here. So once I determine how many of these I'm going to use, I will sort of figure out how much garden soil to buy. So we'll figure that out. And another trick, not really a trick, but something that I've always done, at least when I was living in Canada, I would buy these plastic containers. These are like garbage bins, but what I love about them is they're all white and they're a great size, and I like to put my my lavender plants in these. You know, this is just a way to save money on pots, especially if you're in Florida. I'm in South Florida, where we have sand for soil. It's not very good. So that way we can move them around, decorate the front, and not pay an arm and a leg for containers. Because these containers, I got them on sale for $6 a piece, and I believe I bought 17 of them, although you don't see all of them here, because I have already started planting stuff in them, and I've already laid them out on the patio. So I ended up going to the dollar store and I bought these containers. They're good for what I want to use. I'm going to be transplanting some seeds. Actually, I started the seeds in styrofoam cups that I bought from the dollar store again. I got 45 for $1.25, whereas if you go to the garden center, you're going to be buying, 10 plastic containers for, $12. That's not practical, and you probably need to store them. And I don't want to store my containers, so I just buy the styrofoam cups. I poke a hole at the bottom, put my soil in, put my seed in, and then water them, and then I'll transplant only the flowers. I'll transplant in the plastic containers. In terms of vegetables, what I like to do is I like to transplant those into ceramic containers because I don't want to eat anything that is grown in plastic. I'm not a fan of growing edibles in plastic. Anyway, so there we go. So I'll do basically the same thing here. I'm gonna start by keeping them kind of like that and just go one. See, this one is not very good for poking holes, so it needs a lot more base support. And that's why I like to put all of them. These do break easy, so you probably need to turn it down just a little bit and work a little bit harder because they are not. And we don't need as many holes. So there we go, we got one hole there. That's enough for draining. We don't need more holes than that. And there we go. We got another hole. It did crack a little bit, but that's okay because it's, these are just for planting flowers. It's still gonna drain, you're still gonna grow, everything's gonna be fine. It did a little bit of crack, but it would have cracked a lot more if I tried to drill it on its own. And I got through all of them. I believe I have 10 of these containers. So I'll get the soil, plant the soil. It's just economically friendly. It's an economic size waste basket. So that's all that is. So that's done. We got all our pots planted. I'm a little disappointed because I do have probably 20 buckets, white buckets in Canada, but unfortunately because I cannot get to them right now because of the whole quarantine COVID thing, I had to buy some more, but they were relatively inexpensive. Again, these were $6. They were on sale, I think $6. They were, I don't know what the regular price was, but I thought it was a great find. So now that that's done, all I need to do now is basically position them where I want them to be on the patio. And then once they've been positioned where I want them to be, I will plant the appropriate seeds in them, or I'll transplant the appropriate seeds in them. Some of them I will just kind of throw the entire thing in. For instance, I have wild flowers that I'll just kind of throw some of the mix inside of them and then let them spring up. And the same thing with these ones. I'll plant individuals. What I'm really looking forward to planting this year is some Jamaican sorrel that I got from my brother, and not planting it for consumption, but I'm actually going to plant it because they flower really beautifully. It's like a burgundy color. I'm going to test it. I haven't done it before, so I will test it in the bigger pots and see how they do. I did plant some sorrel in the front of the house, and we'll see how those grow. So I'll make another video to update. Again, this is just a quick video showing that, it is more cost effective sometimes to buy the containers that do not have the holes in it, and then just come home, find a spot that's, leveled and solid, put a little bit of your body weight on it, just your hand weight on it, and drill a couple of holes based on how much drainage you need and what you're planting in the containers. Again, these ones I just drilled 3 holes. Some of them you can see that they're already pre-marked where you can drill them, and it has this little drill logo there that you can see that says to drill the holes in it for proper drainage. But that's basically it. I'm going to start my patio garden and see how things go. So I will continue to update as I go on. Thank you.